Hi, Sweet Pea.
Hi, Molly Bear.
It's a good old Christmas chit-chat.
I know, jingle bells, Batman's bells, Robin flew away, do, hey.
That's how it goes.
That's so how it goes. But yeah, we've got a Christmas chit-chat coming, which is new. Haven't tried this before.
We haven't. This is episode 17, and this is with Mellie.
Yeah.
And we have had Mellie on before. She was in right back in the early days, episode 7.
Yep.
And she rejoined us to talk about her wintry, Christmassy garden.
Exactly.
Dream garden.
Which is quite amazing, because already her dream garden was so elaborate and amazing. And
yeah,
the Christmas dream garden is even better.
Mellie has a wonderful mind, huge imagination. In fact, when we were discussing how we get back to sleep after waking in the night, I really struggle. She said she doesn't struggle at all. She said because she's got such an imagination. She's got loads of stories that she makes up in her head,
which I think is brilliant. It's like, what story am I going to
so she just follows her story through until she falls asleep.
I think you should try and do that.
Yeah, I might give that one a go.
Yeah.
But it was so lovely to chat with her again. It was like
really nice to meet
to
her.
An old friend.
Yeah.
And she got thoroughly into the Christmas spirit.
Oh, we were in red jumpers, Christmas jumpers. Yeah. I even had a Santa hat on. You had reindeer antlers. And then she had like multicoloured lights behind her. So we were
all her decorations were up
in decks, and it looked amazing.
Yeah. So, as usual, we have some dodgy noises.
The usual ones.
There's the dodgy central heating. That's ours. You can hear this kind of clanking sound.
I didn't realise you could hear that.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
In the pipes. I've tried to remove as many of those as possible. Mellie came with a long list, so she's turning pages frantically as we go through the episode.
Yeah, she had an amazing list of
Very
facts.
well prepared, wasn't she?
Yeah.
And Hobbs was grumbling in empathy at your fear of the first edible plant mentioned.
Oh, yes.
And then also, you and I were very overexcited, I think, Sweet Pea. So a lot through the initial part with Mellie, we are just laughing and talking and making all sorts of whoops of joy.
I was just
poor
so
Mellie
happy
had
to see her again.
A word in edgeways with us.
Yeah.
And then also there are there are a lot of things that were discussed. As I say, Mellie came well prepared and talked about lots of things that gave us some homework to do. So
some housekeeping.
We had some looking up to do afterwards. And I thought rather than us putting it into the intro and therefore preempting everything that Mellie says, if you want to hear about those, then hang around after this episode and there'll be a little outro and we'll just put in a few bits and pieces there that are relevant to what Mellie was talking about.
Yeah, there's
a bit more background around a few things as well.
Yeah, it's good that we're going to do that, because there is one thing I did want to say in the intro, because otherwise you'll just hear it and it'll just be like, I will sound crazy. At one point I talk about cranberries and how they float, and I go because they're like 80% water. And I'm like, what has that got to do with the price of facts? 80% water. They've got pockets of air, not water.
Right.
Air. That's why they float. It's not the water in them. I was
wondering about that water comment.
So I just want to reiterate, I do
so
know
they're
my
80%
fact.
air, is that what we're saying?
Well, no, they've got 4 pockets of air in them, which makes them float.
Interesting.
It's quite amazing.
And bounce on water.
And bounce on water. Yeah.
Okay. So what's the format, Sweet Pea?
Right, you've got garden boundary, shade or greenhouse, 5 ornamentals, 5 edibles, 1 statement tree, pond or pool plus 1 plant, and then finally your favourite seating area with 1 drink and your favourite plant for that area.
Brilliant.
Yes.
So as always, any recommendations that Mellie makes of places that she's visited, or there's a book that she mentions as well.
Yes.
I put all those links onto our website. That's notjustagarden.co.uk, so you can find links to things that have been mentioned by all our guests on there.
Yep.
And Mellie's Christmas special will also have some links. So let's get going with this episode.
Yes, and please just sit back, relax by the fire and enjoy the podcast.
So this is a good old Christmas chit-chat with Mellie.
Jingle bells.
Welcome, Mellie, to a good old Christmas chit-chat.
Oh, thank you for having me again. I've been so excited about this, and a Christmassy one.
A Christmassy one, and I can see all your Christmas lights are on behind you. Sweet Pea and I have got our Christmas jumpers, and
I've gone for red.
What have you got? A Christmas hat and some antlers, and even the dog is dressed up. So
you're looking fantastic.
So you've been up to loads from what I can gather since we last saw you.
Yeah, it's been a busy year as usual, but the highlight was a trip to the gorgeous island of El Hierro, which is one of the Canary Islands, but it's not very easy to reach. So I had to fly to Gran Canaria and then overnight in Gran Canaria and then take a smaller plane, one of those with propellers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Over to the wonderful little island of El Hierro, which was an absolute delight. It was like going back in time. The stillness and the quietness was sublime.
Is it black sands there?
I didn't see any beaches because I was there looking at Aeonium. So
it was an Aeonium trip.
It was an Aeonium, yes, yeah. So just botanizing, just focused on the plants, and that
How
was
did
it.
that come about? Was that just something you organised?
Yeah, it's just a self-organised thing, but I did get a small bursary from Plant Heritage and the RHS, which just about covered one of the flights. So so that it all helps. So just
and how
doing
long were you
research.
over there for?
I was actually on the island for 5 days and then Gran Canaria for 2.
Right. And is this island known for its aeoniums?
It has 2 species of its own, which can only be found on that island. And then there are 4 other species which are found on other Canary Islands. So within those species, you get interspecific hybrids. So they're always worth looking for because they're quite rare. And just looking at all the other wonderful plants as well, it's just an absolute joy.
Yeah, gorgeous. How fantastic. So did you hire a car when you were there? And
yes, really easy island to work your way around. It's not very big. The roads are empty and you could just pootle along at a slow pace and just sup up all that lovely botanical gorgeousness.
How wonderful. What time of year was that?
So I have been home about 3 weeks. So
so you've only just got back.
Yeah, and late November. Yeah.
And so nice and warm
wonderful.
Still.
It was still lovely and warm. There was a little bit of rainfall.
The neck of the umbrella neck jumper.
Because we are so cold.
Hugging into the neck.
It was lovely and warm. Still able to sit out in the evening. It did get a bit chilly after the sun had gone down by about
it's allowed
an hour, so.
to, though, isn't it?
But no, it's just fantastic. Wonderful.
Oh, how fantastic. What a great trip. So your photos that you put on Instagram are really worth having a look at. I have a little browse now and then because, and I know I've said it on a couple of your photos, you have such a good eye. I think we touched on this last time we spoke.
Thank you.
They're so artistic, your photos. I love the one of that. It looked like a beaten up old car. It was all rusty, just a wreck. Was that on the side of the road, or where did you find
that was out in El Hierro. Someone had obviously just, their car had conked out, and I suppose there's nowhere on the island for them to go, so it'd just been left. Well, all these aeoniums,
massive aeoniums, right?
I'd just grown up.
Wow!
And I presume the roots had got underneath the tyres where there was a little bit of moisture held, and they were like, "Woo!"
Having fun.
A little bit.
It's a beautiful photo. The juxtaposition of the rusty old car and then nature doing its thing.
I just love the way nature takes doesn't
over,
it? It just creeps
it's a relief
in
to
there.
see, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
so
wonderful.
What are you doing with your findings? Are you writing up any papers or putting the information anywhere?
Yeah, I've just written an article. Hopefully, I'm busy trying to get that sent off to Plant Heritage at the moment. If they don't want it, then I shall offer it one of the other journals. So hopefully it will get published.
Oh, how fantastic. Will you tell us?
Thank you. Yeah.
Good. Brilliant. But another thing I saw you were doing was cactus at the castle.
Oh, yes, Lullingston Castle. That's the seat of Tom Hartdyke. And once a year, he has cactus at the castle, which is a wonderful, lots of cellars, all sort of cactus and succulent related, and a few rare plants as well. Great friends down there. We have an absolute hoot. Well worth going to. It's usually on in September.
Whereabouts is it?
It's in Kent, Eynsford. I think they pronounce the village. Lullingston Castle. I mean, if you just Google Lullingston, it'll come up.
Okay.
And it's an annual event.
Annual event. Tom Hunt is just such a lovely guy, and so knowledgeable. And he's had such an incredible botanical past. He has got a couple of books out, so they're well worth looking at as well. Very, very interesting. Tom, it'd be a good 20 years ago now, was kidnapped and held hostage at gunpoint for 9 or 10 months. His family thought that he was gone. Nobody heard from him for months and months.
I did not see that story going like this.
I didn't see it going like this either. I was about to ask about the gardens.
It still happens. It still happens to botanists. They.
I thought I was safe.
No, people venture off into these places and awful things still happen. He was out botanising and I think a little bit of backpacking, a bit of both, but his great passion at the time was orchids, and he was out looking for orchids. Yeah, and
Which country was he in?
I think it was in Central America, the Darien Forest, or Darien area. Anyway, I think it's such a good read. It has you on the end of your seat. So look him up.
Wow, that's an incredible story.
Yeah, he is amazing.
And
he's got a national collection of eucalyptus.
Oh, right.
As well,
So very interesting. We're quite into eucalyptus.
Yes.
We've got 2 huge ones now.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
But they weren't that huge when we last spoke to you.
No.
That's how quickly they've grown. They've grown probably about a metre since we saw you.
Oh, wow.
From only being about this tall in the first place.
Wow.
So
funnily enough, in this storm of last weekend, I lost my eucalyptus scuddy eye.
Oh no! Sorry to hear that.
It's just I love it as well. Those tiny little beautifully coloured leaves. So
pretty. So just the whole lot went over, did it?
It just went over, yeah. So
because
at
that's
the moment,
what we've been nervous about is that we've heard they're called the Widowmaker. Because they don't have deep roots, and so they just keel over quite easily.
They do, yeah.
It's
been chopped up. It's in my garden. Yeah, it's been chopped up, and someone has been and collected a lot of it for making wreaths.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, and I've made a couple of flower arrangements. And
the foliage is gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what do you do with the wood? Because I imagine it's very oily wood.
It's a very oily wood, and I think it burns like it's made of petrol or diesel or something. I think you have to be quite.
Oh my gosh, of course.
Yeah.
Quite careful.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what do you do with that?
Well, we're going to chop it up, but I think I might be careful how I put it on the wood burner. I'm not sure that I should or not.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to Google that one.
We're gonna Google it. Definitely.
Yes.
You like that burns? That really burns.
We'll have a soot-covered Mellie next time. Going, I don't like eucalyptus.
Definitely burns.
Did it take anything out with it, or just?
No, luckily, it went in the right direction and onto a cobbled driveway. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's lucky.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear it. Are you going to replant one?
Probably, because I do love it, and I love the foliage flower arranging. So
it is gorgeous.
It's really nice.
Yeah, pretty thing. Yeah.
Gosh, what a busy time for Mellie.
Really
but
busy.
We are here to talk about your dream garden, and of course, we've already had a look at your dream garden back in the summer.
We have. Yes.
Yours was full of all sorts of fantasy and so much imagination. It was just gorgeous. And this one is going to be a Christmas-themed winter garden, essentially.
It is.
Yes.
It is indeed.
So we're going to go through the same sort of format, but with a wintry, Christmassy theme.
Okay, then.
Exactly.
So I shall hand you over to Sweet Pea.
So, first of all, garden boundary surrounding the garden.
Right. Well, let's start off. I want you to get into my head space.
Let's go.
Imagine snow, frost. It's really cold. It's that sort of cold where you can see your breath. And
Yes.
we're heading into my garden boundary, which is made predominantly up of holly. So it's a
lovely.
holly wood. So nothing to do with filmmaking.
No.
Let's leave that behind. Hollywoods are just the most amazing spaces, and they were once all over the UK, and now there's only a handful of Hollywoods actually left. And we actually have one in Shropshire up near Stiperstones. Oh, can you just imagine, covered in frost, snowflakes coming down, those beautiful red berries, and the running of the deer through the woods.
So I understood that holly is flat-leafed until something tries to munch on it, and then as a defense mechanism it goes all spiky.
Yeah, I've heard this, but I have quite a lot of holly around me, and it's all pretty spiky.
All spiky. Same with us.
Yeah.
Unless something's been sneaking in for a munch without you noticing.
Yes. I've heard the same. But holly, I mean, just so greatly revered. The pagans, the druids, they all held holly, close to their hearts because they believed that spirits dwelt within the leaves, and that summer was held within those branches.
Right.
If you think about it, people who lived maybe 1,000 years ago, when all the leaves fell from the trees, but holly, maintained. It must have been quite something for them. So you can see how they thought that these wonderful spirits were held there within the tree.
It's interesting because I've read a Monty Don article just this week actually about that.
Yeah.
And he said how there were far fewer evergreens back in the days of yore.
Yes.
It's very rare to have an evergreen, and so you would just have very, very bleak landscape with little greenery.
Yes.
And so therefore any of these evergreens were really revered, and
yes.
I thought there was just something abnormal going on with them.
Yes.
Unnatural.
Yeah. So apparently, back in medieval times, they would cut little sprigs and give them to friends as good luck symbols, in the hope that
lovely.
When the light started coming again, that they'd get a good harvest, and that the year ahead would be really good. And apparently, in Old English, the spelling was whole tree, which I suppose they said holy tree, spelt with an E and not a Y. So it's sort of,
yes,
holy tree.
See.
So
interesting. I didn't know that.
So there's sort of spelling has changed over over the decades. Yeah.
And when you talk about a holly wood, are you talking about literally a woodland that is just purely holly,
full of holly?
Well, I mean, we might allow some other trees in there, but let's have that wonderful, dingly dell of holly and bright red berries, and the deer running through it, and things hibernating in the holly leaves. That the old spent ones, the brown ones underneath, and of course they're great for wildlife. Holly trees are just one of the top things. Yeah, so there we are.
By a Hollywood.
Yes, a lovely Hollywood for us to walk in on a winter's day. Yes.
Yeah. Don't you love the sound of kind of crispy leaves as you're walking along with the frost?
Absolutely.
I think that's just a lovely thing to listen to.
It is such a lovely feeling, isn't it? It all adds to that ambience of winter.
Exactly. Entirely.
Yeah.
Would you like a shed or a greenhouse in the Christmas garden?
No, neither. This time, we have gone off piste. This time, we are going subterranean, and we are going for a grotto.
Oh, wonderful.
A lovely underground grotto, which has got pools in it, and lots of ferns. Can you imagine that, with twinkly fairy lights and candles, just entering this world underground with pools and ferns and twinkly lights and candlelight?
Gorgeous.
Oh,
Will there be
just
any
lovely.
stalagmites and stalactites in there?
Oh, let's have a few of
Let's
those.
have
Yes.
those.
Oh, goodness
yes.
me.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love
I
the
hadn't
idea
have
of these
thought of
pools
that.
in there.
Yeah. I mean, the reflection of candlelight into a sort of
Yeah.
a black pool would be
Oh,
just
beautiful.
amazing, wouldn't it?
Oh, and it's nice and
Yes.
calming.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice Christmassy themed one.
Yeah.
I was wondering how you'd be able to go with shed or greenhouse to something Christmassy.
Yeah.
That sounds perfect. And how do you access it underground? Are there some steps carved into the ground?
We need
or
some
you've got
lovely ground, sort of stone steps, don't we? Going
Stone
into
steps.
a little tunnel and then opening
Yeah.
up into this
Oh,
beautiful,
wow.
beautiful space. Yeah.
Oh,
Or
gorgeous.
should we have a lantern at the entrance?
Oh, for
Let's
sure.
have a lantern. Yeah.
Yes, lantern
We need a
at
lantern.
entrance.
You might as well have a
Yes.
hobbit at the entrance as well.
Well, we might as well. Yes, we had one last time, so let's bring one on.
We'll have a hobbit at the entrance. And when you're inside, what sort of temperature are we assuming? Is it already keeping an ambient temperature, or are you needing a fire in there?
I think it needs to keep an ambient temperature. I don't think we want to get too warm in there,
Okay.
No,
especially if we're keeping some ferns and things.
They won't like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
no, and we want to keep that feeling of going back into the warm inside as
Got it,
well, don't
yeah.
we? You know, when your cheeks
Of
go all
course.
rosy and
Yeah,
red.
oh,
Yeah,
that's such
yeah.
a lovely feeling.
It
And
is.
so you're wrapping up in fake furs, I assume.
Fake fur, yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Fake furs.
Fake furs and earmuffs. And
Yes,
nice
yeah,
furry boots.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Or just some nice cotton
Yeah.
and just nice
Yes,
cotton woolly jumper.
yes,
Cotton.
yeah, yeah.
That's my daughter. I'm
Oh.
talking about fake fur. It's just 100% cotton, organic, preferably, please.
Yes. No, well done,
Brought me
sweet
up
pea.
one.
Yeah.
Now then, I'm going to be wanting 5 Christmassy ornamentals.
Right, here we go. So,
Here we go.
I think the first one on my list is a plant that used to be really popular in my childhood in the late 60s and 70s, and I think prior to that as well. And it used to be used, as an iconic flower on Christmas cards and in flower arranging, and that's the black hellebore or
yes,
Christmas
lovely.
rose. Yeah,
Black
so Christmas
hellebore, yeah.
roses were always predicted, and they seem to have become unfashionable, which is such a
Really?
shame. Yeah. My mother used to belong to a flower arranging club, and you could always get at Christmas time fake hellebore flowers to put in your Christmas arrangements. And I really miss that.
Yeah.
You know.
So a Christmas rose is just a
Yeah.
hellebore. So the hellebore you see growing in the garden, that's the same plant. Or is the
Right.
black
It's,
hellebore different to
I think
normal
it's slightly
hellebores?
different. It's a species Niger, subspecies Niger.
Okay.
Yeah, and it comes from Switzerland, Germany, Austria, Slovenia, Croatia, northern Italy, and there's another species as well, Macranthus.
Right.
Yeah, that's from northern Italy. But there's also a really lovely story that in the Middle Ages, people used to pick the plant and scatter it on the floors. So, and that again was to ward off evil spirits.
right.
And people also believed, though, that witches dried the flowers and made them into a powder and then used them to vanish.
Oh my
So
gosh,
they
we're
would-
so trying
I'm
that. this
so
Christmas.
trying that. You're just going to be watching me
Toss
go,
the powder.
goodbye. I now shall
Yeah.
leave the room. Or just
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So move over Harry Potter.
It'll be like one of those, that winter special on Gardener's World where they had
Yes.
the magician
Yes.
and into his auriculars, wasn't he?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's right. Oh, yes, we could do that. Whee!
But then you'll have a cameraman. You say, "Did that work, cameraman?" What did you say? No.
No.
no. I could try it
So
at
black-
school. That would work. Could just
Yeah.
go, and I've had enough of class. Goodbye.
Enough of maths for today. So I
Yeah.
just had a quick look to see what the black hellebore is like. It truly is a dark I mean, you couldn't say truly black, but it's a very deep maroony colour, isn't
Well,
it?
I think there's the one that I think I relate to best is a white flowered one.
Right.
And the black comes from the roots. I think it has very dark roots, but there is a very, very black hellebore as well.
Oh, okay, so it's not that one, though.
Yes, yeah. So,
so it's a white flowered one, but it's called a black hellebore.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
But anyway, hellebores in general. Let's go for hellebores in general. They are just wonderful plants,
flower
aren't
at
they?
Christmas, do they?
Well, apparently before the calendars all got moved, it used to flower at Christmas, but now we're on a different calendar to ancient times, and they now flower not at Christmas but in the new year. But at one time, I think, Christmas was much later.
Yeah. What was the second ornamental?
All right, second ornamental. Wow, come on, it's got to be mistletoe.
Oh my god, of course.
We cannot have Christmas without mistletoe.
No, we need mistletoe.
Again,
do you hang that up round your house?
We're very lucky that we are not far from the mistletoe capital of, Tenbury Wells. I don't know whether you've heard of Tenbury Wells. It has the most wonderful mistletoe market.
Oh, okay.
And we're huge bounds of it for sale. It's worth looking up. It is just amazing.
So wait, Tenbury Wells Market is the mistletoe capital of the UK?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. And
wow.
Not too far, yeah. It takes about an hour to get there.
Right.
Yeah, 45 minutes to an hour, but it is just amazing. And that's where a lot of the markets who sell mistletoe get it from. They buy it in huge bundles.
Right.
So what do you go for?
We like to just hang it over the door. I don't know where. Yeah. Yes. Yep. Really interestingly, though, there are 1,500 species of mistletoe across the world, which I was really, really shocked when I was researching mistletoe for this. I thought that can't be right, so I tried another Google search.
Yeah.
Yep, up it came again.
Confirmed.
Still there.
Humble mistletoe.
Wow.
Who would have thought
Yeah.
that? We don't really pay it much attention, do we?
No, it goes back thousands of years. So again, a plant that was so revered by our ancestors. And if you think about it, you can see why. Because it was otherworldly. It didn't have roots. It wasn't in the soil. It just hung green with these flowers and berries in the winter. They must have thought, what is going on here? It must be full of wonderful spirits and things. So, and then there's like lots of sort of different myths and legends. I think the native Indians revered it as well. It's highly poisonous, and yet people used to hang it over the cot of newborn babies.
Oh no!
To bring
Really? That's terrifying.
The whole kissing under the mistletoe thing.
Yeah, where does that come from? Kissing.
Oh well, once you start researching it, there are lots and lots of different reasons why people kiss underneath the mistletoe. Warding off evil spirits, I suppose they hung it above the front door. And then I suppose you greet people at the front door, so we'll have a kiss under the mistletoe. That's one of the simpler things, but there's if you Google it, just all these different things come up, and they've confused my brain, so I can't relate any more stories to you because I've forgotten.
There are just too many stories.
Just too many.
Too many stories. Yes, yeah.
I haven't bought mistletoe in a long time. I used to always hang it in the porch above the front door. For some reason, well, I hung it in the hallway, and that just happened to be outside the downstairs loo, so a weird place to have it. Yeah. But yeah, I think we need to start getting mistletoe.
I think the loo is very popular, actually.
Is it?
I think it is.
Warding off evil spirits.
Yes. Really evil spirits.
And we all know what they're like.
Cranky. That's what they're like. Cranky.
But also the mistle thrush, has sort of been revered with that plant because they eat the berries. And I think it means something like missile means turd.
Really?
No.
As in the conventional use of the word turd, or some medieval word?
Look it up. It's quite interesting.
Missile means turd, sweet pea. Look that up.
I will be looking that up.
Of course you will.
Let's go get the fun facts.
Mistletoe. And do we know where the toe bit comes from?
I can't remember. Sorry.
It's
gone.
See if I can find that.
Yeah.
How did mistletoe get its name? So it says derived from the Anglo-Saxon words for dung, missile, and twig, tan, mistletoe. So a dung twig.
Okay. Dung twig.
Because of the ancient belief that mistletoe was propagated from bird droppings. Oh, because plants would often appear on a branch or twig where birds had left droppings. Oh, well, that makes sense now.
Yeah, it does, yes.
And that sounds less daft, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I did think that it was from bird droppings, actually.
Yeah.
I thought that's how it got in the trees.
I thought so as well. And from their beak, where they wipe off the sort of gungy bit, wipe their beak, don't they? And I think, the little seed can get pushed into a crevice that way. Yeah.
God, every day's a school day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, ornamental number 3.
Oh, right. Let's have a look. Number 3, another old
turning pages. We have pages.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. The poinsettia plants.
Oh, well, beautiful.
Oh, again, I mean, they used to be, I think they went slightly out of fashion, but they seem to be back. Lots of supermarkets seem to have them, and they seem to be doing other colours as well.
Oh, really? What colours are they doing?
Well, I've seen white ones.
Oh, yeah.
A plant from Mexico.
Oh.
Yeah. So what's that got to do with our Christmas wonders?
Well,
so baby Jesus.
There is a legend. Yes, there is a legend that a young Mexican girl wanted to celebrate Jesus' birth by taking the gift to church, but was too poor to buy anything. So she picked wild flowers, one of which blossomed into the beautiful red bracts, because they are bracts and not flowers. The flower is a tiny little white thing in the middle. Yeah. And so obviously they thought that something spiritual had gone on. She placed it at the altar and it bloomed. So apparently they call this in Mexico Noche Buena, which means Christmas Eve plant.
Good night?
Yeah.
Oh, Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve plant.
Right.
Yeah.
Eve. Oh, nice.
It wasn't until 1825 that the American ambassador, Joel Poinsett, introduced the plant to the outside world. And so it got named after him.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Well, because we have a friend in Hawaii and he grows a poinsettia in the garden.
Yes.
It's an enormous shrub. It's absolutely stunning.
I saw them on El Hierro. I took some photographs over it. They were like 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
Just
gorgeous
stunning.
to see that in the wild.
Yeah. I mean, they were obviously garden escapees because,
really,
coming from Mexico, I suppose that someone's, purchased a plant. Yeah. But you're right. They are
it's thriving
incredible.
Well.
Yeah.
I think if it just doesn't have it dropping below freezing,
it'll be all right.
A non-frosty environment, it does okay.
Yeah.
It can handle the dryness as well.
Yes.
Arid conditions.
Yeah. Which is quite amazing, isn't it? I was looking up, how much water should I give my poinsettia plant that I bought from the co-op.
Yeah. Other supermarkets are available. Yes, obviously. And it said keep on the dry side, which was quite, Yeah. And it doesn't look like that type of plant that enjoys arid conditions because the leaves are quite floppy, aren't they?
Yeah.
Big and it seems, as well. And normally it seems such a big surface area when you're going to lose enough water.
It seems so delicate, doesn't it, to be a plant from an arid space.
What's the 4th ornamental?
Oh, well, I think it's going to have to be Corna sanguea, the dogwood.
Oh, yes, of course.
Which, midwinter fire, we're back to dogs. Midwinter fire just always, I mean, I don't know about you two, but I don't find them a particularly attractive bush in the summer.
They don't do much else, do they? It's just when all the leaves are gone and that vibrant colour.
There's just nothing better. and especially if they're reflected in water, so you get double the whammy. Yeah.
Yes. And it's almost fluorescent, isn't it? There's a
walk
that we go on, and often we'll go in the deep winter because there's a really nice pub to stop at halfway for a good Sunday lunch. Nice roast by the fire. As you approach the pub, so you can be in really bleak landscape, and then you approach the pub, there's this whole line of these dogwood and no other colour around apart from this fluorescent colour, reds and yellows, just these spikes right by the river.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful.
How gorgeous.
I mean, they are one of my favourite plants. But like you say, the rest of the year, what are they doing? I don't even notice they exist, to be honest.
No. And they do have a little flower, but again, that's pretty unnoticeable, really, isn't it? Yeah. They're definitely a winter plant, aren't they?
Oh, definitely.
We have a couple of patches we call our winter gardens where we're trying to build them up to be all those sort of winter interests. And we heard that with dogwood, you just snip a twig off and stick it in the ground and it'll just propagate.
And the colour range is quite spectacular as well, isn't it? Because you can go from quite limey green right through to dark reds. And
gorgeous.
And what's the final ornamental?
Wow. We've had mistletoe, we've had holly, we've got to have the ivy.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
We can't do Christmas without ivy, can we?
Yes.
I mean, it is one of the key species plants in the UK. It comes in such a range of leaf patterns and styles.
It is pretty awesome.
It is a beautiful plant, and we so overlooked. But
I think people freak out a lot about it, don't they?
Yeah,
they see ivy and think that has to be chopped down.
Oh, they do. Yeah. And they think it's going to strangle a tree, but it doesn't.
No,
it most certainly doesn't. They have this wonderful symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, I'm glad you say that because we have it in most of our big trees.
Yes, yeah.
And we're not freaking out at all.
Again, a much revered plant by our ancestors who believed that it gave eternal life. Right. It was thought to aid the recovery of sick animals as well. And here in Shropshire, it used to be a little twig of it would be given to animals before midday on Christmas Day, which was just thought to help them into the summer months.
Keep them healthy.
Keep them healthy. Yeah. I mean, ivy's poisonous, so I don't know why.
But is it poisonous for animals?
I think it is for certain animals. Right. I don't think horses can eat it. Okay. Cows don't eat it. You know, it's one of those that I think you'd have to be quite careful with.
Gosh, so they were hanging mistletoe above their babies' cots. Feeding their animals with poison ivy.
Yeah.
The thing I love about it, though, we have a variegated one that climbs most of our trees, and we get beautiful long tendrils, which our neighbours always wanting us to chop down, and we like to keep it growing because then I put a spiral up the staircase banister, and I put
how so pretty
above the fire and around the little candlesticks and things like that. But I particularly love that ball that it creates around kind of November, December time. It looks just like the first Christmas bauble. Beautiful flower.
Yes.
And it's perfectly spherical. Oh, it's just stunning, isn't it?
It is. It is. And of course, you know, that feeds the birds. It's
the birds
great.
are in heaven.
Yeah. And then when it's in flower, if you walk past, and you can actually hear the whole holly bush humming
buzzing.
Buzzing with pollinators. Yeah. It's incredible, isn't it? You know,
they really like to nestle in there. It's such a safe haven for them.
Such a wonderful plant.
It
and of course, it goes back as well, much further. I mean, there's Bacchus, the god of wine. I think his emblem wasn't. God of wine. It wasn't a vine leaf that he had. You know, a grapevine. It was an ivy leaf. So
Oh,
so
okay.
So was he god of wine or god of ivy? I'll be toasting to Bacchus this Christmas.
Yes, absolutely. With your ivy staircase.
Exactly.
Interestingly, there is a national collection of ivy. It's at Erddig Hall, which is in Is it North Shropshire or we're in Wales there? It's not far from Oswestry, so it'll be Wales. Again, if you're ever up near Oswestry, it's well worth a visit. It belongs to the National Trust. That actual home, the stately home, is well worth going into. It is stuffed with fascinating things.
Really?
I think it's one of the biggest National Trust collections, actually, that they have.
What do you mean, the biggest?
Well,
of Ivy or just of any national collection?
Well, both, because the house itself is stuffed to the gunnels with stuff, ancient stuff, things from over the millennia, sort of thing, that have been collected. And I think the hall and its entirety, including everything in it, was left to the National Trust. Right. And then they have this wonderful national collection of ivy. And I was up there in the spring looking at the national collection, and I was just astounded. Some ivy leaves are tiny, just like a centimetre by 1 centimetre. Wow. And then others are like huge with multi-fingered.
Wow.
So I just found the
veinings.
Yeah. I think it was the first ever national collection as well. So it goes back to when Plant Heritage was set up. I think that was one of the first national collections that they registered. Right. Yeah. So well worth a visit.
I don't know if you'd know this, but do you know if poison ivy is actually ivy?
Pass.
No, I'll have to look that up. Gosh,
yeah.
I'm having to look up lots of stuff, Mellie, because I wonder if it's just given that name, and if not, if they've got it in their national collection.
Yes, I didn't see any poison ivy, but I think most ivy is poisonous. So
but I think this one just rubbing against it.
I think rubbing against it sets you off in hives and things, doesn't it? And I don't know any ivy that actually does that.
No,
not in the UK anyway.
On to 5 edibles. And
5 edibles.
I'm really worried about one that you're going to say, because I have a feeling you're going to say it. I won't say which one it's going to be. Hopefully you don't say it.
Straight out.
Don't say it.
Here we go. Straight out
go
with
for
it. Sprouts.
Oh
no! She said to me before this, I really hope she doesn't say Brussels sprouts, because I hate Brussels sprouts. I'm making a dish with Brussels sprouts this year, Sweet Pea, and you're going to love it. You've just never had them made nicely.
The late great Terry Wogan, Sweet Pea, you're probably too young to remember this, but Terry Wogan used to have a lovely show on Radio 2. And he used to have me rolling around in stitches in November when he said that he'd put his Brussels sprouts on ready for Christmas.
Oh, that's how long he's boiling them for, Sweet Pea. Start boiling them in November.
So then all sorts of people used to write in, with their stories of Brussels sprouts. It happened every year, but every year it was just hilarious. I do miss Terry Wogan.
So what do you do with your sprouts, Mellie?
Well, I'm not a humongous fan myself. I will eat a few. We do make a coleslaw with Brussels sprouts as well. I don't eat cheese, but apparently it makes really nice with blue cheese. A really nice accompaniment. Is that the right word?
Accompaniment.
But yes, so like a coleslaw made with Brussels sprouts.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, with blue cheese. It's supposed to be absolutely delicious.
Right. Yeah,
we had them boiled, starting off in November.
Good.
On Christmas Day, my husband loves them, so he eats them all through winter. But,
who's that? Your husband? Did you say?
Yes, he does. Yeah.
So you boil them. You don't do anything else.
Good on him.
I like mine with chestnuts.
Oh yeah, that's lovely.
Yes, yeah, I think that combination's quite nice. Yeah, but
I'm looking at a dish where you get a brie and then you fry up some thinly shredded.
Yes.
What are we talking about? Brussels sprouts. And then you put them on top of the brie with also some sweated down red onions, wrap it all up in pastry and stick it in the oven. And apparently that's very nice. You don't eat cheese.
Nice. No. But there's lots of vegan cheeses now, and you can get a blue vegan cheese as well.
Oh, yeah.
But apparently Brussels sprouts go back a lot further than what you think. They were enjoyed, member of the Brassica family, obviously. They were enjoyed in their early form 2,000 years ago. And again, it was thought that evil spirits hid. You'll like this one, Sweet Pea.
Yes, they do. They do.
Within those leaves,
Mm-hmm.
which is why people put a cross on the bottom.
Is that the only reason they do that?
Well, I think it's because they might cook a bit better, and you might get away with putting your Brussels sprouts on at the end of November or even the beginning of December if you put a little cross in them. But, yeah.
Interesting. All joking aside with the whole boiling situation of Brussels sprouts, because I've never cooked them, I've never boiled them. I've always chopped them and fried them. How long do you need to boil a Brussels sprout for?
Well, I don't think it's as bad as people make out. I enjoy mine after about...
I think it is.
I'll eat them after about 20 minutes of boiling. Yeah.
20 minutes of boiling.
They're boiling, yeah. They're not the easiest of vegetable, are they?
Well, I find I basically treat them like a cabbage, a small cabbage.
Yes.
So, like I say, sort of shredding them or chopping them in half and frying them, and like you say with chestnuts, I'll put loads of garlic into everything I cook, so there's loads of garlic. That wards off the evil spirits, you know.
Yeah, yes,
just eating loads of garlic.
Yeah.
Seems to work for me.
It does. Or you just go open the door and go
Mummy bear's eating the garlic.
Like that, and they'll just go away.
Sweet Pea's godmother gave her a little Brussels sprout Christmas ornament one year, so that hangs pride of place on the Christmas tree. I'll send you a photo. In fact, I should probably put it on our Instagram, Mellie. It's really sweet.
Funny.
Little Brussels sprout on the tree.
It is
you
cute.
Like that?
I'm very happy with it. Yeah, it's my favourite sprout.
Yeah,
it's the only
You've got your
good
worst
sprout.
veg out the way, Sweet Pea.
It's over.
Uphill
it's
from
over.
Okay, number 2.
Sweet Pea, what is it that you
What's number
dislike
2?
so much? Is it just the general flavour, or is it the after effects?
It's partly
yeah.
It's partly the flavour. It's also just the way they've been cooked for me. It was just at this awful school and I didn't like them, and it was just
I sort of get it. Yeah, I sort of get it.
Grey and
maybe they'll grow on you. There is a Brussels sprout that has been crossed with broccoli. Is it? And that is delicious.
Oh,
it's really nutty.
That
they do sell
amazing.
them in sort of like
I have to check that out.
the bigger supermarkets, and it is they're really delicious. They don't taste Brussels sprouty.
Oh, okay.
It's much more nuttier flavour.
Okay.
And they're more purpley. So look out for them.
Nice. I'm determined, though, Mellie, to get her liking sprouts, because I'm absolutely certain we can cook them in a way or other that you'll like, Sweet Pea. So we'll keep you posted on progress.
Day 2 of the Brussels sprouts. Does she like it now? No, I do not like it, and I will never like it. Right, what is the second edible?
All right. Can I do 2 at the same time? Because I'm going to go for sage and onion.
Oh, lovely.
So we have the lovely sage and the lovely onion. And what I like about sage and onion is that, of course, we make stuffing, which is enjoyed by most people round about Christmas.
Love it.
Sweet Pea? Do you like? Oh,
yes.
Good.
Yes. On board.
Right.
On
also,
board.
sage wards off evil spirits. I'm seeing
it does actually.
Yes, yeah. And onions, apparently, if you had the flu, people used to cut an onion in half, put it in a sock, and then put it on your foot.
Oh my gosh, I heard this years ago, and I used to tell friends at school, don't worry, all you need to do is chop an onion in half and put it in your sock. And everyone used to tell me I was being ridiculous, which of course I was, but I heard it from somewhere. I checked my parents and said, was this something you said? Nope, never heard of it. And all these years, we're talking decades later, this is the first time I'm hearing it from someone
Mellie
else.
pops up with putting an onion in it. Yeah.
What's the theory behind it?
There is actually there's an element of truth there. Apparently, onions absorb viruses and bacteria.
Wow!
No way.
Which is why onion and sage were stuffed into animals when they were roasted. Because they would wick away any poison that was left over from the innards, the bowels of the animal. So they hadn't used to eat the stuffing. They used
you weren't
to use
meant to eat it back then.
Yeah, they used it as an anti, a disinfectant type thing. Yeah,
it tastes so good.
Yeah. So then it's morphed into, now we have the innards removed of everything.
Yeah.
Ugh, gross, but
it's just gross.
But now we actually use it as part of our Christmas meal. So the wonderful sage and onion, there are stories to be told there. Yeah.
Wow, that's very interesting. And now I don't feel so daft. Decades I thought I was just being a moron.
And no, definitely not.
Until this day.
Today with Mellie.
I think many years ago, if people had a really nasty cold, they would peel an onion and put it next to their bed, and so that they wouldn't infect their sleeping partners.
Oh, right.
I say partners because families used to share beds.
Yeah.
What would be the fourth edible?
Right. Let's think of little tiny Christmas baubles, cranberries.
Lovely.
Oh, lovely.
Cranberries. Right. Not really used until modern times in the UK, when I think it was around about 1995. Delia Smith, the cook Delia Smith.
Yeah. Love Delia Smith.
She had a Christmas special with cranberries. And
was it Delia's doing?
Yeah, it was Delia's doing.
Wow.
Absolutely. It was called the Delia effect. So since 1995, cranberries have been part of our Christmas.
That's recent.
Yeah, they're a member of bilberries, blueberries, that sort of family, and I think they are obviously, they come from North America, so they're sort of the similar kind of climate to ours.
They bounce and they float on water as well.
Yes, they do, don't they? And that's how they sort of harvest them in, isn't it? They sort of float them down the river, I think.
Oh, right.
To
Wait, I just need to ask a question as a concerned mother. Sweet Pea, how do you know that cranberries bounce and float on water?
Because when I look up my plant fun facts, I look up, it came up so many times. And I just thought, it's like stuck in my head, the fact that they can bounce like a bouncy ball because they're full of like something like 80% water or whatever. It's quite amazing.
Yeah.
So they came over from North America?
Yeah, apparently the Indians used to use them a lot and passed on recipes, and I think they used more at Thanksgiving over there than Christmas, but I might have that wrong. I'm sure
I have seen a lot of recipes going around at Thanksgiving for the cranberry sauces, and it's really big at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, well, perhaps they used to both, but I never really quite know. We have I buy actually a cranberry jelly or
they're so good, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, yummy.
So that's always on the Christmas table anyway. So we all dive in there.
What does your Christmas table look like?
It's a mixture because I'm vegan, my daughter's vegetarian, and the rest of the family are big meat eaters.
Oh, crikey.
So they like turkey and they like other meats, and then there's me and my daughter huddled down the other end,
just in the corner,
little barrier between you. Grimacing at them with our nut loaf. And
is that a homemade nut loaf?
Yes, yeah,
lovely.
I really like nut loaf.
Oh, I love nut loaf.
I don't like saying it, apparently. Nut loaf.
Nut loaf.
The rest of the family as well are really into stuffings, so I am forced to make lots of different flavoured stuffings. So, you name it. We have chestnut stuffing, sage and onion stuffing, stuffings with lemons in and all sorts. So there's usually about 4 or 5 different stuffings on the table as well.
Wow.
Stuffings are so good, aren't they?
Oh, they're so tasty.
Do you have those with the nut loaf then?
Yes, I usually make sure there's a vegan vegetarian one, because some of them I make with sausage meat. Oh, sorry. Not my thing, but So
and who cooks the turkey?
So my husband or my son deals with the meat, and I deal with all the veg.
Yeah,
but even though we don't have beef, they also like Yorkshire pudding. So sometimes I make my own, sometimes my son makes it, and sometimes we just buy in an Aunt Bessie.
Yeah, well, why not?
Yeah, because the oven's so crammed with different, vegetarian,
many,
vegan meat. So
yes.
You need a massive oven if you've got all that variety going on, and a massive table.
Yeah. I like the table to be decorated. I always have a flower arrangement that I've made myself in the middle.
Pretty.
I do my homemade crackers, which are deconstructed crackers, because the snap bits I have to have separate because no one can ever pull them apart.
Wait, a deconstructed cracker? So basically, there's the little gift and a toilet roll.
Yes.
And there's a joke.
Wrapping paper and a snapper.
Yeah, absolutely.
No way. We've got to start doing that. I don't like the crack either, so.
She hates the crack bit of it. So that's what I'm going to do, is deconstruct all your crackers for you. What gifts do you put inside your crackers?
So at the moment I have bought fizzy sweets, like what are they called? Sizzles. Parma violets, because they're all vegan.
Lovely,
Chupa Chup lollies.
Oh, I love lollies.
And then I usually write out some jokes which no one else finds funny.
Some good mum jokes.
Yeah.
Oh, we would find them funny, Mellie.
Oh my God.
Actually, Sweet Pea might not, but I'm big into the mum jokes.
Yeah.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall when people open their deconstructed crackers. Mellie's jokes.
So I really like making a highly decorative cracker part. So, save the inner tubes of a kitchen roll, and then I highly decorate them, but you can't pull them apart or do anything with them. You have to, you just have to admire it. And the cracker bit is laid next to it. And then wrapped in tissue is the inner bit that you have to remove because you can't pull it because it won't break.
I love this.
So pretty, you can't touch it. Do not touch it. Do not look what's
do nothing with it. I'll tell you what's in it.
The problem is that family members have nearly ended up in hospital over the years trying to pull my crackers apart. Because the force used to try and break it, people have fallen off the back of chairs and hit their heads. So,
there's got to be an easier way. I can't help myself. It's got to be easier.
But when I the year I went and bought some crackers because I thought my deconstructed crackers are
not working.
The family complained that they had common,
they did. Oh, you would though. That's a big part of your Christmas present. I love that.
Dying. It's just falling off the back of chairs.
That's beautiful.
Oh my God.
Oh, gosh. You'll have to send us a photo of your crackers.
Okay.
I'd really love to see them.
Can I try doing some? I'll try do some.
Well, of course, be my guest.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
So
Mellie,
me and my daughter don't like things that go bang and crack. I hate balloons.
Yes,
because
same with Sweet Pea.
Because if they go pop unexpectedly, I nearly jump out of my skin. So,
that's no good.
Well, what would be the final edible plant for the garden?
Oh, well, it has to be sweet chestnuts, doesn't it?
Sweet chestnuts,
chestnuts roasting on the open
What is it?
fire. That's it.
Like everybody got that wrong just then.
I was completely ready to launch into that with you, Mellie. I only remember the first three words.
Yeah, and it kind of went like this: chestnuts.
Never mind. Right, introduced to us by the Romans. Because of course our own chestnut trees, you can't eat the nuts from those horse chestnuts. Yeah, they're not edible, but sweet chestnuts for roasting, absolutely fantastic. They just symbolise togetherness, don't they?
They do. They're completely synonymous with Christmas, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're sort of Christmas markets and mittens and the smell and just cupping them and warming your hands with them and beautiful.
Here in Shropshire, most of us have wood burners, and of course they toast beautifully on top of the wood burner.
So you put them on top of the wood burner?
Yeah. Toast them that way.
How do you prepare the skin? Do you have to? No,
we just buy them from the market, throw them on the top, and they sort of crack open. So,
okay.
Oh, lovely.
And a really sort of happy little memory I have was I was in Gran Canaria and I was walking up a lane. It was in late November, and there were people out gathering them up. I don't speak very good Spanish, and they certainly didn't speak any English, but we all knew what everybody was sort of talking about. We had these baskets with all these chestnuts in them, and we were like, you know.
Oh, they grow.
It was wonderful.
They grow a lot on that island, then, do they?
There is quite a few chestnut trees. Yes, yeah.
Right.
And just seeing people gathering.
Oh, you said the Romans brought them over. Oh, okay.
Yes,
so they come from that direction.
Yeah. I don't think sweet chestnuts do well in the UK, do they? I think you can grow.
I've never heard of them in the UK.
No, I think you might be able to grow the tree, but you can't get the chestnut to develop. It's too cold. Yeah.
Right, what would be the statement tree for the Christmas garden?
Oh, a statement tree. Now, I think it's going to have to be a silver birch, one of the white barked ones.
Lovely.
I mean, it's such a sweet tree anyway. That I think it was one of the first trees to habitate the northern hemisphere after the Ice Age.
Oh, right.
And I think where the oak is the sort of man of the woods, the silver birch was always seen as the lady of the woods.
Oh,
so
I can see that.
I can see that. Delicate. But those white barked ones where you get that peely white bark.
Like a sheet of paper, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's stunning.
I think the Romans used to write letters on them, hadn't they?
Did they really?
Yeah, but I think none exist because obviously they would just biodegrade, wouldn't they?
Really quickly.
When we first moved, I had very little money, obviously, because just moved house.
Yeah.
And so for our Christmas decorations that year, we just got things from the woods, and we got fir cones and
I love this.
all sorts of things.
Lovely.
And we found a fallen branch of silver birch with the beautiful white bark.
Yeah.
So we took it to a friend's workshop and sliced it into discs and drilled a hole in. And then what did we do? We painted little. Oh no, we made them into. We put little sort of twigs on for arms and legs.
Yeah,
and a little bit of cotton wool for Christmas hats and things like that. And I think have we still got those?
Oh yeah, they're on the tree
now. Oh, they're on the
tree.
They're
on the tree.
Oh.
Yeah, we made a little kind of Christmas gnomes. Father Christmas and snowmen, and so you'd put like cotton wool and stuff.
Yeah. In my mind, I was going to burn on. I have a solder set, and I thought I can use that to mark the wood. So I thought I was going to draw kind of reindeer antlers onto the disc, and then I was going to varnish it all up and all these amazing things. But fairly rapidly, I realised I didn't have the time or inclination.
Yes.
Or the patience.
I know. Yeah.
So I sat down with Sweet Pea and said, "Here's some cotton wool. Here's some little colourful bobbly things. Let's make these into some characters."
Oh,
yeah, it was a lot of fun actually.
I bet it was. I bet.
It's such pretty wood. I've heard that they grow in quite rough land. So if there's roadside work done, they're the first things to sort of
pop up. Yes. Yeah.
I'd love them to pop up in our garden. I'd love a little mini silver birch forest.
Yeah.
Because I always think they're nice, kind of 3 minimum together.
Yes. Yeah. You've got to go really in through, or just one single specimen if you've got a tiny garden.
Yeah.
But in 3s or 6s or 9s. Oh, it'd just be gorgeous, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it? You don't have any in your garden?
I've got one. It's a single.
Have you? Wonderful.
Yeah, single specimen tree. It's getting quite large now, and I just love that peely bark. And sometimes I peel it back, and there's little insects sheltering in there.
So you pop it back again. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, go back to sleep.
I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
Did you plant that one, or was it there?
I did, yes. I deliberately went and bought it because I really wanted a garden that spanned the seasons. So hence why I've got dogwoods in my garden, although it's not a huge garden. But, I've got lots of winter interest as well.
Lovely.
Last time we spoke, you talked about one day upgrading gardens, moving somewhere with a bigger garden.
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Still in the plan, or that's just a dream?
It's just my dream, really. Yeah. I can't see my husband uprooting at the moment.
No, he's quite happy.
He's quite happy. Yeah, I would like acres so that I can keep planting trees.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love an arboretum and a lovely orchard with mistletoe. and honeybees.
And ivy and holly.
And cornus and poinsettias.
No sprouts.
Thank you.
Sprouts.
Would you like a pond or a pool in the Dream Garden? And what part would be in that area?
It's got to be a pond.
Lovely.
I want to go ice skating. I can't skate. I tried. I spent a lot of time on my bottom.
Yes.
As a child, as a child, we had a huge pond next to our house, and we actually had one in the garden, and it had used to freeze over.
With your guard swans?
With my swans, beautiful swans. They have to be there, don't they?
Yeah.
Swans.
We didn't have ice skates, but we used to just go on in our Clark sandals and just skid across.
Lovely.
And then we'd get a serious telling off from parents for going on the frozen water. You could have fallen in, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Danger, death, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. But, it's that feeling of coming indoors into the warm where your cheeks go bright red.
There's no better feeling, is there?
No.
So this pond you had, would it get a decent thickness of ice on it?
He had used to get a real good thickness of ice, which is why, we used to go on. I think when I was a child, we had some pretty severe winters. We don't seem to get them. They're more sporadic now, aren't they?
I remember we had it where a lane near us had so many snowdrifts that me and my brother and the neighbours' kids went down there with our shovels, and we built little igloos into the drift. And also, not even the same year, so another winter where the road iced over, and so we would sledge down the road.
Yes.
No cars would pass. I remember my mum, who's Swiss, just absolutely caning it down this road on a sled. She knew better than anyone how to do this. She was like, stand back, kids. This is how it's done.
Mama knows what she's doing.
We used to have amazing winters. And fields, I remember by our school across the river, the fields would flood and then freeze, and we'd get ice skates and go and skate on those. Yeah,
and they were much safer. Parents allowed you to go on those. So and the beautiful sunsets and sunrises with that sort of watery sky and over a frozen landscape. Oh dear.
I just remember being pushed in the snow. Guess by who? Mummy!
Because I'm a single mum, I feel I have to play a role of both mum and dad.
You don't. You don't, okay? You just
don't push their daughters into snowdrift. But
so I wasn't ready for it.
Dads would, so we're walking along, there's this huge bank of soft snow, and walking along without any warning, I just rugby tackled her over. And we lay in the snow both in giggles for a good minute or so. Like we couldn't move because we were laughing so much. To the extent that then some neighbours came walking down the other way, who we didn't know that well at this point, and we immediately sort of stood up and brushed ourselves off. We subsequently had the conversation with them and said, we remember this time that we were rolling around in the snow. And they said, we wondered what had happened. We thought that there'd been some serious violence going on. We thought that because by the time they got to us, we weren't laughing anymore. Our laughter sounded like screaming. And we were then standing there looking terribly straight-faced, going, nothing to see here.
Nothing happened.
And it was so hard to tackle Mummy off me because I was laughing and laughing and I could
not moving.
And it was part shock, part laughter because I'd just been shoved in the snow by this moron next to me. And I was just so, why?
Dental social services.
I loved it.
Well, I love the idea of an ice rink, a big pond that's iced over. In this dream garden, you can ice skate. So
yes, absolutely. Yes, and I can actually ice skate.
You can ice skate.
No,
I can't
you
mean in your dream garden.
But in my dream garden, I'm a brilliant ice skate. Torvalentine, move over. I'm there.
Triple Salchows and
backflips. All those things.
Yes.
What's the plan?
Any good? Is he carrying
Dirty dancing move. Woo!
Yes, absolutely.
Beautiful.
The swans just go, wow. What's the plant for the frozen pond?
I think it has to be bulrushes. Again, a childhood memory. The sort of lakey pond next to our house had a wonderful swathe of bulrushes, which sort of kept their head through the winter. And quite often, if the pond was frozen over, you could go up and inspect them where you couldn't get that close before. And I just, and they're just wonderful. I think they're fascinating things.
So bulrushes, they've got all their leaves in the summer. Do those all completely die back?
They sort of die back, and then you're left with that stalk with that brown candle thing on it. Thing on the top. Yes.
So cool.
Yeah, and again that reflected in the sort of pond is beautiful behind a sunset.
Yeah.
On a really frosty day. Oh, just magical. And then, of course, you get the birds in them and the birds pecking away at the seeds. And
so on a bulrush, is that brown bit, that's all seeds, is it?
That's all the
seed
head.
Is that protection within that and the seeds?
Well, quite often if you touch it, it all just suddenly collapses.
Oh, does it?
And falls apart, yeah.
Right.
We used to wade in and cut them down and try and sell them to local people. But quite often, the seed head would sort of just suddenly go. Yeah.
That's frustrating.
Yeah.
Because I remember my Swiss grandmother used to have a dried flower arrangement with them in, and I used to love touching them. And they were squidgy, but they never disintegrated. So there must have been something they coated it in, I guess.
Maybe it's the time when you cut them. Yeah, maybe. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Just bore they wanted to go disperse.
Yes. Yeah. And the swans used to nest in amongst the bulrushes, so you had that, other interest as well.
And they spread.
Yes, it slows. Yeah, they do. Yeah.
But it didn't cause problems. Anyway.
They weren't in that natural sort of lake pond, probably because it got very deep. But I think they're not really a plant for, a garden pond, really. No. I think they would take over pretty quickly.
So you think the depth means they can't get their roots?
Yeah, I think that. I think once it gets to a certain depth, they sort of stop growing, stop spreading.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Final question for the Dream Christmas Garden. What would be your favourite seating area, ideal drink, and one plant for that area?
Well, I still think that it's a swing. A beautiful swing under the tree, but let's lace it with some ivy and decorate it up with some beautiful berries so that you're sitting swinging on this lovely florally sort of ivy-clad seats. Yeah. And I think it would have to be with a hot apple juice that's had some sort of nice spices put in there. Some cinnamon. Oh, lovely. Piping hot on a cold day, sitting on your beautifully decorated swing. What could be better?
Yeah. Oh, gorgeous. Do you do a hot apple juice at Christmas?
Yes, I love it. Yeah, we press our own apples, so we've quite often got some stored over from autumn. But then, yes, we also buy apple juice, so the cloudy apple juice. And
so you put in star anise, cinnamon. What other things are you putting in?
A star anise sometimes. I love star anise. Do you use it?
Yeah, we
do. I also like star anise put into just sparkling water.
Really?
I
never tried
that. Yeah, like you say, cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg, just the Christmassy spices, and I like it warmed up.
Yeah, but I want to say peppercorns, but I don't mean peppercorns. But I mean, you get this is a Delia recipe actually. You get the orange and you prick the orange with these.
Oh yes.
What am I trying to say? Corns.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's an age thing. I can't recall the information. It will come to me at 2 a.m.
This is so funny.
Cloves.
I've just got two women going like this. On the other side of the screen, and I just go,
cloves. That's right.
What's going on?
But back to Mellie's garden. So last time you had a stone seat in the Dingle Dell, I think, in your woods overlooking the sea.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
This time we've got a swing.
Yes. Yeah.
So wooden swing with florals going up the ropes,
and
it's hanging from. Is the plant for this area? Is that the tree that it's hanging from?
Well, I think I had a huge cedar tree in my summer garden.
Yes.
So let's pretend that that's still there and the swing is hanging there, because I think I would break the swing in the silver birch. I don't think there's a silver birch twig strong enough to take my weight.
Anyone's weight.
Is the cedar your plant, or is that already then you've got another plant to have by your season?
Last plant. Well, it's an indoor plant, really. The Christmas flowering cacti.
Oh.
Schlumbergias.
Gosh, they're spectacular, aren't they? Have you got
love them. I have got, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
all around.
7, 8.
Mellie's just looking around her one room and counting.
There are 8 in the lounge.
In the lounge alone.
I can see 1,
in the lounge alone.
2. Do yours get enormous? Because I've seen some huge ones.
I have got a few that are really, really big, that are quite old. I've been growing them since childhood, and I just love them. And sometimes, you can walk into a shop like Aldi or Lidl or something like that, and they've got them for just like £2.75 or something. Yeah. And if you look through them carefully, sometimes you can pick up a real beauty, a little gem, something like one that's orange with a white stripe or something.
Oh wow!
Really, I've picked up some absolute gems. Yeah. And so reasonably priced.
Decades, don't they?
Decades and decades. Yeah. Again, they're an epiphyte, aren't they? They grow on in the detritus of other trees. I'm not sure what country they're from. It's probably something like Mexico or Peru or something like that. I'm sure someone will tell us. But I just find them glorious, and to have something in blossom this time of the year, I just think that's a lovely thing. Yeah.
Gosh, so you were into succulents from a really early age then?
Oh, yes. I think my earliest memories are all sort of plant related.
Yeah.
So there was obviously something in me somewhere where, I've got a strong connection with nature somehow.
Yeah, for sure. Wonderful. So it's not an outdoor plant, but you can maybe be clutching that in one arm.
Yeah,
swing back and forth. Yes. Other hand, you have your hot cider, hot apple juice, and then and then you're just kind of with a bungee strap attached to the swing.
Yeah,
exactly. Or you can have a back to the swing. That way you're sitting in the swing. It's like an actual chair.
Yeah,
you can always do that.
Could, yes.
Well, I'm going to read back to you the dream Christmas garden.
Yeah.
Right, we had snow, frost, cold, snowflakes falling. We've got to imagine it, set the scene, put everything in place. Deer running through the woods, and you've got a wood filled with holly, so it's a hollywood, slightly dingle bell vibe to it, and some other trees in there as well. We then went completely off-piste when it comes to scheduled greenhouse, with a grotto, subterranean, lantern at entrance, and a hobbit, fairy lights, candles, stalagmites, stalactites in there with pools and ferns, amazing ambient temperature. 5 ornamentals, black hellebore, the white flower, mistletoe, poinsettia, cornus sanguinea, ivy, 5 edibles, sprouts, sad face, sage, onions, cranberries, sweet chestnuts. Your one tree was the silver birch in a kind of cluster with the pink right of the bark. You then went with a huge frozen pond with swans on it and bulrushes so you can ice skate.
Yes.
And finally, seating area, swing under the cedar tree that you had in your dream garden. Hot apple juice plus spices, and then finally a Christmas flowering cactus with you.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh,
lovely.
Thank you.
Such a beautiful Christmassy, wintry scene.
Well, you've made my dreams come true.
It's been so lovely to see you again, Mellie.
And you too. And I really hope you have a beautiful Yuletide.
You too. Wish you a very Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah. That's been a good old Christmas chit-chat with Mellie.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Haha, you cannot get away from us that quickly. We're back with an outro.
I wasn't expecting that. That sounded far too sinister for this episode. and for our first outro.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But thank you for joining us for the outro.
Yes.
Hope you enjoyed that episode with Mellie. There were a number of things she mentioned that I did want to shine a bit more light on for you. And I'll try and rattle through them as quickly as possible because I'm sure everyone wants to go and have their Christmas Eve lunch.
Yeah, poor things. We're keeping them for quite some time this time.
So, Mellie talked about Tenbury Wells Market, I think it was, and this mistletoe. It's called Tenbury Wells Mistletoe Festival.
Great.
I'll put a link to that one.
Cool.
Then I asked about poison ivy, whether that was part of the ivy family or not. And
that's interesting.
Turns out it isn't. From a scientific perspective, the comparison is actually pretty misleading. So ivy, as we know, is part of the genus Hedera, don't we? And it's in the plant family Araliaceae.
Okay.
Which also includes things like ginseng. And then poison ivy is in the family Anacardiaceae.
I mean, they're really going for it with the names, aren't they?
Anacardiaceae.
Oh, okay.
And that includes sumacs, mangoes, pistachios, cashews.
Oh, okay.
So a completely different family.
Wow.
So not related at all.
Very different.
Very different. Then Mellie talks about Tom Hart-Dyke,
Yes.
the unfortunate chap who was kidnapped.
I know, this was crazy stuff.
And she said there's a book about it, and the book is called The Cloud Garden.
Oh, okay.
And it's written by Tom and the person he was with when they were kidnapped. So two of them were kidnapped together.
I thought you were about to say, and the kidnapper.
And the kidnapper. Well, interestingly, they did end up having not too bad a relationship with the kidnappers.
What?
So I just wanted to give you a little view of it, Sweet Pea. So he was only 24 and he was in South America to go and do this kind of botany trip to go find various wild orchids and so on.
The usual stuff.
And he bumped into somebody called Paul Winder, who was 29, a merchant banker, but a bit of an adventurer as well.
Gotcha.
And so they decided to join forces and go check out this area in South America called the Darien Gap. And it is renowned as being almost impassable, incredibly dangerous. But they did go, and they had a fairly sort of decent trip for a bit. And then they were only really a few hours from getting out the other side. And then they got captured. And there are a lot of drug and sort of arms dealers. And they got kidnapped, but they don't know exactly what the group of kidnappers were about and who they were working for and what they wanted. They did talk at one point about a ransom, and they were talking about a £3.3 million ransom.
Oh, ouchies.
$5 million ransom.
Oh my gosh.
For each man.
For each, but oh my gosh.
Yeah, but they never did actually.
This is like a suspense thriller film that I need to watch.
Yeah, well, it is an interesting story, and I'd love to read the book, but the interesting part of it is how the relationship with the kidnappers went, because the kidnappers never actually followed through with that ransom demand, and basically the captors took these two guys and they all traipsed through the forests for days and days and days. 9 months they were kidnapped for.
9 months.
And they ended up chatting quite a lot. If they had a problem, the captors would look after them. So for example, Winder had a foot infection, so they gave him antibiotics for it.
Crikey.
They built him a bed, and
they
showed
nice kidnappers.
Yeah, they showed Tom where a lot of the rare orchids were and the ones that he'd been looking for. And Tom even jokes about how they even put on weight thanks to their diet that they received out there.
No way.
Beef and bananas and so on. So they actually, were kept in good health. The issue for the kidnappers was that Tom and Paul couldn't keep up and keep the sort of pace that the kidnappers were wanting, so they became a bit of a hindrance.
Oh no.
So when they released them,
they're like, finally we can walk faster.
Well, they released them, so Tom and Paul went to go and find their way home, got lost, and ended up having to go back to the kidnappers to get some advice as to where to go. I mean, it's just an extraordinary story. Anyway, so that's in the book, The Cloud Garden.
Wow.
Tom Hart-Dyke and Paul Winder. Then there was mention of eucalyptus, and we were worried about Mellie burning her eucalyptus because of the high oil content. Was it just going to set the whole house up in flames? But actually, it's a really good thing to burn. But the only difference is it can take longer to dry. So you need to give it a good 2 years before you start trying to burn. Okay. And also, if you want to split it, it's best to split it when it's still green wood, because once it's dry, it's really, really hard and very tough to get through.
Really? Oh, wow. Okay. Good top tips.
Then Mellie mentions Brussels sprouts being crossed with, she thought with broccoli, it's actually with kale.
Oh, it's with kale.
So you can find that in kind of the brassica department of your supermarket.
Is it like braille or something?
Braille?
Braille. That could work.
Could be braille. Bulrushes.
Yes.
They're edible.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
The leaves can be used for weaving baskets, and then the shoots can be eaten as a veggie.
Oh, wow.
And the roots can be ground to flour.
Interesting.
Leaves can be used to make paper. I think we know that. And
a bit like an iris leaf as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Very papery, very fibrous.
Yes, of course. You've done that before.
I've made iris
your neighbour.
paper. This is quite amazing.
But the most interesting thing I found out about bulrushes is that there's a company called BioPuff.
It's a really cool name, BioPuff.
It is a cool name because they are using bulrushes as a replacement for dark or goose down for puffer jackets or anything, any sort of quilty type material.
Wow, that is utterly awesome.
Isn't that amazing? It's sustainable, it's eco-friendly.
That's so cool.
Really, really good replacement.
Yeah.
So that's your bulrushes. And then the final thing I have on our list is Christmas cacti.
Yes.
Mellie wondered where they were native to, and she was right, they're native to the coastal mountains of southeastern Brazil.
Awesome. I mean, wow. How many facts can we get in one
That
podcast?
was our homework, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we should go and eat our Christmas Eve lunch.
Absolutely. I'm starving.
You are starving. I can hear your tummy rumbling.
Get ready to go.
Let's go for it. We wish you all a very happy Christmas.
Yes, happy Christmas from all of us and Hobbs.